You know, a little convex mirror on a stick? It would be so helpful right here. It is something that exists in the world. Hey kid, it's Dad. So today's question is, what are you like? So what do I mean by that one? Well, in the last video we talked about some practicalities, some practical things about living as an adult. And today, I want to talk about some qualities that well-adjusted, well-rounded adults have. And like a lot of our videos, this one is kind of inspired by your mom and our life together. Your mom is very much a show, don't tell kind of person. If you were to ask her this question, what do you like, or what is so-and-so like, she would be much more interested in knowing what you do, how do you behave, because that's going to tell her a lot more about who you are. So today we're going to talk about 5 different characteristics of personality that are going to help you navigate the world. Like so many other things, Thailand just puts its own special spin on these things. So let's get to the list. Number 1 is to know how to listen. Of course, that's different from hearing. You know, I hear you, I hear what you're saying, but am I listening? You know, I got the ideas for the items on this list when I was thinking to myself, how did I wind up as lucky as I am right now with an intelligent, beautiful lady like your mom? You know, I'm just crazy about her. What did I do right? Well, one of the things that I did right was I listened. So I'm sure this is something that has come up in your life already, but in case I never made it explicit, this is a personality trait of well-adjusted individuals. And it's going to be important in school, it's going to be important in business, it's going to be important in interpersonal relationships too. For expats, I'd say that there is great value in listening to other expats that have been here longer than you, and to take their advice seriously. Now, Thailand, for whatever reason, attracts some odd characters, so it's important to discern who to listen to. One of the tricks I've found is that the more someone is trying to get your attention, and the more someone is trying to tell you how to do something, the more hesitant you should be. And that could be personal bias, but I'd say that the more relaxed, laid back a person is, the more you might want to listen to that advice. Number 2 is being able to ask for help. We can't be good at everything. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. Now, asking for help here in Thailand can be tricky, again, for the reasons that I was just saying about having some weirdos that you don't want help from. You might also feel a social pressure in the form of losing face by asking for help. When it comes to the most well-adjusted and successful people that I've met, I've found that they are very willing to ask for help. The sign of a really smart person is someone who knows what they don't know and knows that they can't know everything. When it comes to the people that you trust, me and your mom, your grandma and grandpa, maybe even your great-grandma and great-grandpa, if we're lucky enough to still have them around. These are people that you can trust, and these are people that want to help you. Ask us. We're never going to make you feel bad for asking for help. Now, for expats, again, what you are going through as an expat or struggles that you are having, well, these are probably struggles that longer-term expats have had as well. Ask for help. Have people in your life that you can trust and that you can go to. I've watched people struggle here. They don't ask, and thank goodness they struggle mightily. Don't be that person. Don't be that expat. Don't make life harder on yourself. Number 3, kid, I want you to know how to apologize. An apology is not simply saying, I'm sorry. Now, I'm sure you already know this from your mom. Again, she's show me, don't tell me. You say you're sorry and leave it at that with your mom. What's the first thing she's going to say? She's going to say, you're sorry for what? That's part of a good apology. Saying, I am sorry for. Tell me what you did. Tell yourself what you did. Make sure you and the person that you're talking to both understand what this apology is about. The apology is an action. It's a conversation. It's an agreement between two parties. The point of an apology is to express what you did wrong. And we're going to do stuff wrong. I mess up. I talked to your mom about it. It's not that complicated. But the world is full of awful apologies. I'm sorry you feel offended. I'm sorry your feelings were hurt. No. That is not an apology. Notice when someone says that, there's no admission of wrongdoing. That's what an apology is. Now, you might not feel that what you did was wrong. If you don't feel that what you did was wrong, well, then you defend your position. And that's a conversation that needs to be had. And again, this is more behavior that I hope that your mom and I have modeled as we apologize to each other. We make mistakes, and that's okay. We expect that. So, kid, know how to apologize. And I'm going to save number 4 until after I make my stop here. So, yet another great experience here at Nakhon Pathom Immigration in Salaya. They're really efficient. In and out. When I did my video about Salaya, I didn't mention how great it is to have this immigration department here. Alright, kid, we're ready to continue. Let's get to habit number 4. Talk about your feelings. I can't open you up and look inside. Feelings are complicated. The vocabulary of feelings is a complicated vocabulary. But just like any vocabulary, just like any language, it is something that can be learned. Our feelings motivate so much of what we do. They motivated my entire existence here and motivated the reason that I'm with your mom. They motivated the reasons why you exist. So these are big things, and you need to be able to talk about them. Sometimes you don't know how you feel. Sometimes you feel a number of feelings at once. Sometimes you feel opposite things at the same time, and that can be really hard to talk about. Look inside. Ask yourself why you're feeling the way that you are. Look for words to put on to the feelings that you have. Everybody has feelings. If you're not spot on with your description, good people of good intent, are not going to fault you for that, because we all have these complicated, contradictory feelings. Now, if you're an expat, it's helpful to have someone in your circle with whom you can talk about these feelings. But even if you don't, be able to articulate them to yourself. Maybe you're not happy here. Thailand isn't for everyone. Maybe that means that you have to admit you made a mistake. And that's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to go back and say, you know what, I was wrong about this. And this thing that was so important to me that I've invested so much in, it's not for me. It's not going to become right for you later. So the hole that you're digging for yourself is only going to get deeper. The last characteristic of personality, and that is being a person of compromise with others and compromise with yourself, and knowing when to do that. It is going to hold you in good stead throughout your life, kid. Your mom and I compromise with each other fairly regularly. We see eye to eye on a lot of things, but that doesn't mean that we're going to see eye to eye about everything. I saved this one for last because being good at compromise requires you to listen to what the other person is saying. It requires you to ask for help. Sometimes it requires giving an apology. And what motivates a compromise is recognition of not just your own feelings, but the feelings of other people. Now, what about for you expats like me? There are going to have to be lifestyle compromises. I talked about that a bit in episode 2. Things that you have to give up as part of the calculus to come here. Are they worth giving up? That's the compromise. But you're going to run into, maybe a lot more opportunities or situations that demand compromise here. Because you need to change for Thailand. Thailand is not going to change for you. So, kid, I hope that your mom and I have modeled these for you in your life. I can see each one of these 5 things contributing greatly to the success that your mom and I have enjoyed when it comes to the stability of our relationship and the noticeable lack of these things and the most unhappy or unhealthy relationships that we have seen. Our lives are a series of relationships, and how we comport ourselves within those relationships is going to determine our happiness and satisfaction to a large extent. And I want you to be happy, kid. Alright, kid. That's going to do it for this one. Until the next video. I'll see you later.